Hi everyone, welcome to Korean Express YouTube channel. In this video, we are going to learn about a very important Korean particle, man. So, first of all, if you don't know what is a particle in Korean language, what is this concept of particles in Korean, then I would suggest you all to go and watch this particular video of mine. I'm going to share the link of this video in the description. And in this video, I gave an introduction to the concept of particles in Korean language. So you can understand what are Korean particles and how they work in a sentence, every basic thing regarding them. Okay, so please go and watch this video if you don't know the concept. All right, now let's begin understanding this amazing Korean particle, man. First of all, let's see what it does, the definition of this particle. So, man is a particle that translates to only in English. Okay, what is the English translation of this particle? Only. All right, we are going to understand how this works with the help of example sentences, so you don't have to worry. Just remember the meaning of this particle. Now, let's see how to use man in sentences. So, man is directly attached to the nouns, verbs, or other particles present in a sentence. So, using it is very simple. You just have to attach it to a noun or verb or any other particle. And it functions similarly to the particle tho in terms of placement. Okay, if you don't know the particle tho, what does it mean, how this particle works, what is its usage in Korean language, then I have already made a video on this particle. So you can go and watch this video, understand its usage, understand how it is used in various Korean sentences. I'm going to share the link of this video in the description. So you can go and watch it. All right. So as I said, man works similarly to tho in terms of placement. Tho is also attached directly to nouns in a sentence. So this goes for man also, right? But their meanings are opposite. Tho means also or to in English, right? If you translate this particle in English, then it means also or to, and therefore it expands the meaning. For example, if you have to say, I ate strawberries too, it means that you ate other fruits and you ate strawberries also. So then in that case, we are going to use the particle tho if you want to frame this sentence in Korean language. I'm not going in deep. You can go and watch the video of the particle tho and understand what I mean, right? So basically what it does, it expands the meaning. And man, it restricts the meaning to only. So this is the difference between these two particles. Now let's move ahead and see how to use man with nouns, verbs, and other particles in a sentence. Okay. So first, let's see using man with nouns. When man is attached to a noun, that is either the topic or the subject or the object in the sentence, then man is placed before the topic marker or the subject marker or the object marker respectively. Okay, so what I mean is if you are attaching man to a noun in a sentence and that noun is either the topic in the sentence or the subject in the sentence or the object in the sentence, then in that case, if the noun is a topic, then man will come just before the topic marker, in or nin. If the noun is a subject in the sentence, then man is coming just before the subject marker, e or kha. And if the noun is the object in the sentence, then man is placed before the object marker, il or lir. This is the placement of man in case the noun is a topic, subject, or object in the sentence. One more thing you can do is that these markers, they can be dropped when using man. Okay, you can remove these markers while using man with a noun in the sentence. Okay, so both of these ways can work. Although the second method, that is removing the markers when using man, is more commonly used, or I should say it's preferably used. So you can keep in mind both of these ways, they are correct. You can place man just before the marker, or you can remove the marker. Okay. Now, one more thing. When used with nouns, man can change the meaning of the sentence depending on its placement. Okay. And the same goes with the particle though. Again, if you don't know how this particle works, go and watch the video. You'll understand what I mean. So, two things we learned about man while using it with nouns. First is you can place man before the markers, or while using man, you can just remove the markers. Second thing is when used with nouns, the position of man, it can change the meaning of the sentence. The position of man is so powerful in a sentence that it can change the meaning of that sentence. Now, let's look at this example to understand what I mean. The example is only I ate pizza. Now, here in this sentence, the subject or the person who is saying the sentence, he or she is emphasizing that no one else ate pizza except for me. Okay, only I ate pizza and no one else. So, by keeping this in mind, you have to frame the sentence in Korean. We have seen only is coming in this English sentence, so you have to use the particle man. So you have to say only I. So I in Korean is 저는, right? So one way to use man is to place it before the marker. So this way it will become 저만은. 저만은 피자를 먹었어요. And the second way to say the sentence is to remove the marker. It will become 저만 피자를 먹었어요. Okay, this is very easy. You just have to find out where to place man. Here, you have to say only I. So you are talking about yourself. Only I. So therefore, you have to attach man to I in the sentence. Okay. Next is I only ate pizza. Now here the emphasis is on the thing that you ate. So here you are emphasizing on the only thing that you ate, and that was pizza, and then you ate nothing else. Right? So you have to emphasize on the thing, only pizza. 저는 피자만 먹었어요. Right? So this is how it works. In the first example sentence, you placed man with I. The meaning of the sentence was different. And then in the second one, you placed man with pizza. The meaning changed. So this is the role of man in a sentence. The position of man determines the meaning, the logic of the sentence. Okay? All right. Now let's move ahead and see how to use man with other particles. We have already talked about the three basic particles, the topic, the subject, and the object marker. Now, let's see how to use man with other particles. So when man is used with particles other than I, ka, in, and il, then it is placed after the particle, just opposite. While using man with these three particles, we placed it before them. But when you are using man with particles other than these particles, then you place it after the particle. Okay, remember this concept. Now let's look at these examples. I study only at school. It means that studying is done only at school and nowhere else. So you have to attach man to school. Now in Korean, this sentence is 저는 학교에서만 공부해요. I is 전 and 학교 is school. To study, 공부하다, present tense 공부해요. This much is clear? Okay. Now the act of studying, the verb, the verb here is to study. So the act of studying, it is done at school. So therefore, you attach this particle eso to 학교. If you don't know the particle eso, again, I would suggest you all to go at my channel and watch my videos, the complete playlist in which I explained about these particles, eso. Okay, so you can go and watch the video and understand how it works. So here, as the act of studying is done at school, you have attached the particle eso to 학교 and it becomes 학교에서. Now, you have to say only at school. So man comes after eso and it becomes 학교에서만. Now let's look at the next example. I made this toy using only paper. So here the toy is made using only paper and nothing else. Now you get this where you have to attach man. You have to attach man to the word paper. In Korean this sentence is 저는 이 장난감을 종이로만 만들었어요. I is 저는, this toy is 이 장난감. Paper is 종이. To make, 만들다, past tense, 만들었어요. Now, when we use something, then we use the particle 로 or 으로 to indicate the method or the tool that you used in a sentence. Okay, the method or tool that you used to create something, that tool is indicated using the particle ro. Okay, so you have to indicate the tool that is used in the sentence. That tool is paper. So you have to use the particle ro with chungi to indicate this. So it becomes chungiro. Now you have to say only paper. Very easy. Attach man, it becomes chungiroman. Okay? So remember how to use man with particles other than the topic, the subject, and the object markers. Alright? Now let's see how to use man with hada verbs. Focus hada verbs. Okay, we are talking about hada verbs right here. For hada verbs, man cannot be added directly. To use it, the verb must first be converted into its noun form. And how is this done? This is done by separating hada from the verb, leaving the noun form. Okay, so once you have the noun form, you can attach man to it and then recombine it with hada. So you get this, how is it done? In case of hada verbs, first you have to separate hada from the verb and then the noun form is left. You have to attach man to this noun form to use it with verbs. This is the method that you have to follow. Now let's look at these examples to understand how it works. Yesterday, I only cleaned the house. So in this sentence, what does sentence mean? That cleaning the house was the only activity that was done yesterday. You did nothing, just cleaned the house. So you have to focus on the verb cleaning. It was the only thing that you did. Okay, so in Korean it is 저는 어제 집을 청소만 했어요. I is 저는, yesterday is 어제. House is 집. Now, to clean in Korean is 청소하다. Past tense, 청소했어요. Now we know you have to attach man to this verb as cleaning is the only verb, the only action that you did. So you have to separate hada from changso. And then you have to attach man to the noun form. It becomes changso man, and then hada in the past tense become hesoyo. Now let's look at the next example. Last week, I only worked. Now here, working was the only activity done last week. Nothing else, only work. So you have to attach man to the verb for work in Korean, and that is 일하다. So in Korean it is 저는 지난주에 일만 했어요. I is 저는, last week, 지난주. To work is 일하다. Now you have to attach only to this verb. You have to separate the hada with the verb. And then we are left with the noun form, that is il. So only worked becomes 일만 했어요. Very simple. Just remember the format for using man and you'll be able to frame as many sentences as you want. Right? Okay. Now before we end this video, look at this very important note. Man can also be attached to verbs ending in tha, like okta, khada, verbs like that, and to many other grammatical principles. But we are going to learn how this is done later. For now, let's just focus on the basics. I just want you to keep this in mind that man can also be attached to verbs ending in tha and to many other grammatical principles. Okay, don't think that okay, man can only be attached to nouns or particles or other verbs. No, this is not it. There is much more that man can do. There are many things that man can be attached to. But we are not going to learn that now because we are only focused on learning the basics for now. Okay? And one more thing. In Korean language, there are other ways to express only, not just man. Among them, man is the most common and the most fundamental or basic way to convey this meaning. The other methods that can be used to say only in Korean, we are going to discuss them in our future lessons. For now, remember that there are other ways to say only in Korean and man is the most common among them. All right? Okay. So in this video, we learned how this very important Korean particle man works in sentences in Korean language. I hope you liked this video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe Korean Express YouTube channel. Thank you.